because I've been working here now for 5 years. Tony, before I came, was one of the few people I'd really heard of in terms of career research. I now realise there's a very big world out there, but actually when I first came here, I did my sort of research for the job interview. Tony's name really looms very large over the field, and I was therefore relatively horrified that when we went for interview, he was on the panel. But actually, that's proved to be the beginning of what's been a really fantastic relationship, and I've been really, really privileged to have over the last 5 years. And people will know Tony as a speaker and as a writer. Those of you who haven't worked directly with him won't know his role as a kind of mentor and as a teacher. And I think just wanted to say kind of three things that I've really learned from Tony. I think the first is obviously the vast range of subject knowledge. I mean, we kind of had a joke in the office, which was when we're doing literature searches, which we often do, if you put careers plus and into a search engine, then Tony's name almost always comes out. There's always a paper that he's written about some subject that relates to whatever it is we're looking at, which can be kind of frustrating when you're trying to break new ground, because you find that he was already there in 1986, and but that, it's tremendous. Whatever I get interested in, whatever the centre's got interested in, Tony's always got some useful stuff that we can draw off of on that. I think the second thing is that I've learned a huge amount by watching the way in which Tony writes. We've written lots of stuff together. The way he kind of manages networks, builds institutions, all of the things that really have made the careers sector and his contribution to it. There's a set of kind of contributions that he's made that are not just about his writing and his speaking, but are also about the way he kind of manages things behind the scenes and moves us into places where we'll be useful to advance the interests of careers. So it's been a real kind of, it's really interesting to watch, and it's been I think it's very difficult to conceive when there's no one doing that, when there's no one making those big kind of connections anymore. And I think the final thing that I just kind of wanted to say was that I think I've learned a lot about Tony's approach to an academic career, and we've just done an edition of the iCeGS journal, which some people may have seen. It came out with the CDI mailing this month, and it's devoted to a lot of the things in Tony's career. But the thing that I kind of interviewed him about for that was about what is an academic career and how do you conduct yourself in an academic career. And for me, I think it's my sort of second go at having an academic career. And one of the things that frustrated me the first time I tried this was that I saw a lot of people who talked a lot of radical ideas but didn't ever seem to do anything. And in a way, Tony's the kind of opposite of that, in that he talks what seems to be always incredibly reasonable ideas and then pursues them doggedly to try and actually make them happen. And it's then intensely frustrating of the kind of illogical and frustrating ways in which government often works. That means that these ideas that we've been trying to push, Tony's been trying to push, and then the centre that we run is really about, which is the idea that actually, in order to help people achieve their potential, in order for society to achieve the maximum that it can, in order for the labour market to work really effectively, in order for the education system to work really effectively, having some people in there who are professionally interested in all of those issues and in making those connections, in developing people and in supporting transition, that is actually a really kind of key part of the education system, of the employment system, and so on. And I mean, this is what Tony has stood for 50 years, and we've been incredibly privileged to have the contribution that he's made. And in the centre, we've been incredibly privileged that he's been here and initiated the centre and has been part of us leading the centre for the last now 17 years. So I will finish there and just say thank you, and I'll probably start the first round of applause while Claire comes up. So.